Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share in this video how to start your own bookkeeping business. And so what's happening right now online is that the opportunity to start your own service-based business, regardless of what niche it is, or regardless of what industry it is, or regardless of what category it is someone out here already with a program that's designed to teach you how to get started, especially if you're a new person. And so what I suggest is, if you're going to get started in the bookkeeping industry and you don't have any bookkeeping background, no accounting background, no experience whatsoever, but you ran across an ad on Facebook or one of the social medias or internet in general, and you thought this might be a good idea to look into and pursue, then definitely go ahead and go for it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to bookkeeping, you hopefully want to have a background that's going to support your decision to start a bookkeeping business, because you got people online, especially Facebook, that's going to tell you you can start a bookkeeping business with no experience necessary and make all this money, which is not realistic for you, being brand new with no prior training, no experience. And so that's what you got to be careful of. The message that speaks to the brand new person who's looking to get started in business, regardless of what business model it is all designed to mislead you down a path that you won't succeed in, because it's unrealistic expectations for you to believe you're going to make six figures in your first year as a bookkeeper with no prior training or experience whatsoever. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so you must look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are the chances of that happening for you? And the person that's trying to sell you on that dream of making six figures with no prior training or experience, being a bookkeeper or anything else, you want to look them in the eye and tell them to show me the money. Show me on a Zoom call how this program, step by step, module by module, lesson by lesson, is going to show me how to show up in such a way that's going to produce six figures being brand new to this journey of starting a bookkeeping business. And if they can get you on a Zoom call and satisfactorily show you module by module, lesson by lesson, step by step, on how you're going to have to be able to show up and position yourself through each and every module to position yourself to make multiple six figures to your satisfaction, then the next question is, are you going to be able to show up like that to produce that type of income? Because the problem online is we got too many people trying to make it so super simple to get started with online business that it's not. It's not as simple as they want to portray it in their marketing message. And so you want to be careful and understand that as a business owner, we market our products and services to the person that's looking to buy our products and services where we can make money from it. And so if I'm already in front of a person that's already looking to start their own tax preparation business, then I don't have to use these misleading and hypey sales tactics to get you to join my program. I'm going to simply be real with you, transparent with you, honest with you. And if that doesn't sell you on joining me, oh well, I pity the fool. It's just that simple. So I'm not going to use baiting you with how you're going to make all this money being brand new to being a bookkeeper. That's not realistic for you. Being brand new to starting your own tax preparation business or your own accounting business or whatever service-based business it is that you being new to, that you're going to make six figures from it, getting started is a joke. It's laughable. And if you don't believe that by even hearing the message, then there's something wrong with you. And so you'll be the one that fall victim to the person who's selling you this dream of how you can make six figures with no prior training or experience getting started. And then when you don't make six figures or even get close to that type of money, now you're going to be disappointed and pissed off at the person because you fell for the okie doke on the marketing message that they sold you, that you believed in, knowing deep down inside you want to go make six figures no way. And so you got to hold yourself accountable to the marketing messages that entrepreneurs / business owners hold and give out online to get you to buy and join their mentorship and coaching and consulting style programs. Because when it's all said and done, you made the decision based on the information they gave you, regardless if it was misleading, regardless if it was hypey, regardless if it was meant to trick you in the first place. you fell for it. And so you don't want to put yourself in that situation. The good old saying is, if it's too good to be true, it is. And so these marketing messages, the red flag you want to perk your ears up to is when they make it seem so simple that a fifth grader can do it, you want to run the other way, because it's not going to be as simple and easy as they make it seem on the video presentation that they're giving you when it comes to trying to sell you on how simple it is to become a bookkeeper, because it's not going to be your experience. That's just not won't be your results. That won't be your experience. That won't be the case for you. So when it comes to starting a bookkeeping business, hopefully you've got a background in bookkeeping or accounting work and experience to fuel the fire of why you want to start a bookkeeping business in the first place. But if you don't have a background whatsoever, you want to connect with someone by doing your research first on what it's going to take to start your own bookkeeping service. So you can go to Google and type in how to start your own bookkeeping business. Click it. They're going to take you to a whole other page with a lot of search results on that first page. You're going to check out 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Because they basically just different websites of different businesses that's coming up in the search results when it comes to the phrase you typed in on how to start a bookkeeping service that you want to experience. And so you want to check out that information that they're going to give you, and you want to ask yourself, is this information that they gave you on the step-by-step process to start your own bookkeeping service, is this something you think you can implement either by yourself, or do you need to elicit someone that's going to help you make it happen for you? And so the danger comes in is when you have to find someone that's going to help you start the bookkeeping business that you're not going to make 6 figures from, being brand new to this industry. So don't fall for the hype. Please don't. Because there's no one you can blame for that but yourself. At some point, you got to hold yourself accountable when it comes to the marketing messages that people use out here online to get you to buy their products and service. You got to hold yourself accountable to that. You got to train your ears and your eyes to see what they're not saying, to see what they're not talking about, to see what they're not mentioning in their marketing presentation to get you to buy their products and services, because there's definitely some missing information in there that they don't want you to know until you make a buying decision. And once you've invested your money into the service that they've gotten you to buy, which might come with a refund policy or it might not, the bottom line is never what it really seems to be in the first place. And so just be aware of that. Have a spirit of concernment when it comes to that, so you won't put yourself in the trick bag over and over again by falling for people who don't have your best interest at heart in the first place. So if you're going to be the person that's looking to start your own bookkeeping business with no prior training experience, you want to at least do your research on what that's going to look like. Talk to some people that's already doing bookkeeping and ask them what that bookkeeping journey looks like. What path did they go down? What training did they take? Do some research for some real people that are actually doing bookkeeping first. Once you've done that to your satisfactory, then you got to decide, are you going to get started by yourself, or are you going to enlist someone's help to help you get started with the bookkeeping journey? And only you can make that decision for yourself. So step 1, you want to put a business plan together. Now, the traditional business model plan is robust, it's cumbersome. 99 out of 100 people will never write a business plan on their own. It'll be something they'll go out and hire someone to do. But when it comes to the business plan, we talking about the non-traditional business plan, where you're going to sit back and write out a business plan based on where you see yourself starting and growing from when it comes to having your own bookkeeping service. You don't want to get caught up in the conundrum of trying to get a traditional business plan together when it comes to being brand new, straight off the boat, starting a new career in something you have no prior training or experience in, and then the first thing you need to do is come up with a super stupid, dumb, over-the-top business plan that's not going to help you no way. So scratch that. Go for the traditional. Scratch that. Go for the non-traditional business plan where you're going to simply get a theme book and you're going to write out the steps that you're going to take to get started when it comes to your own bookkeeping business. And you're going to basically use the information that you found in your research when it comes to that. So the second step will be creating your own accounting system. And so the accounting system that you're going to create is already created for you. Right now, in the times we live in, software is king. Software is what we use to do the heavy lifting when it comes to whatever products or service we are selling you. We use software to make it happen. There's no more manually doing anything anymore when it comes to providing a service to anyone. Unless we're talking about people who provide services that deals with manually providing service, and there's no other way around that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a bookkeeper who uses software that's going to do the work for you. You just have to plug it in to the right places inside the software to get the correct results. And so that's the challenge, being brand new with no prior training or experience to becoming a bookkeeper, is being able to comprehend and internalize and be able to interpret this information in the form of business transactions and be able to put them inside the software correctly is the number one challenge. So if you can master that with no problem, you halfway there. Because that's the biggest part of what we're going to do when it comes to bookkeeping, is being able to take these business transactions that you're going to get from a business and be able to put them inside the software and be able to categorize them correctly, so that when it comes to putting the financial statements together, the profit and loss statement makes sense, the balance sheet makes sense, and any other financial statement they need makes sense, and everything that's on the statement is where it's supposed to be, because you was able to put it in the correct order from the start. And so that's the most crucial aspect of doing bookkeeping, is putting those transactions in the correct categories, because you don't want to have a person with $50,000 in the bank and $50,000 in supplies. In reality, they don't have $50,000 in either spot because you failed to categorize the transaction correctly. And so definitely you want to do your due diligence on making sure, or whatever training you're going through that's going to help you become a bookkeeper, that you're going to have someone that's going to help validate your training. Because being brand new to this career industry, trying to self-teach yourself to make sure you're doing it right without having someone to be a fail-safe for you, it's going to be hard. It's going to be disastrous. It's going to be self-destructive to your getting started when it comes to the career and business model of being a bookkeeper. So I'm hoping, for your sake, you have a background in this. Is the reason why you got started. But if you don't, I gave you information on what you need to do if you're brand new, straight out the boat, no prior training, no experience, is to go deep with your research, connect with some real live bookkeepers, get food for thought from them on the journey they took, write that down, have something to go on that you can work with from a real world perspective versus theory. It talks about step 3, market to your prospective clients. So when it comes to bookkeeping, we know, but at the same time we don't know, that everybody who has a business is not our potential client. They're not. So you want to put together an avatar or a persona of the person that you would love to work with. If you could, who would that look like? What would that be? So if you want to go to a specific niche like me, for bookkeeping, I'm doing home daycares and beauty salons. So those are the entrepreneurs that I'm targeting for my bookkeeping services. So I'm specific to a specific industry that I want to work with. That's going to make my messaging, my marketing message more laser targeted and speaks more directly to those two types of individuals. And so that's what you want to do, is get you a laser targeted focus on who you want to work with and get a marketing message crafted around that you're going to be able to go out and share with the world each and every day. That's going to help build your brand. That's going to help build know, like, and trust. That's going to help build awareness. Going to help showcase the reason why they want to do business with you versus the hundreds of thousands of other bookkeepers that's out here trying to get to business. Another step forward is creating a business website. My opinion on business websites, I'm not going to share in this video because I don't want to distract you with a negative message about websites. So it says get a website. So do the best you can to get a website that's going to help speak to the bookkeeping services that you offer and to the client persona that you want to work with. That's what I'll say about that. And then step 5, strive for business success, meaning take all the information that you've gathered from step 1 through to 5 and go out each and every day showing up to market your business to the clients that you're looking to work with, that you believe you can serve the best based on the research and the information that you've already collected and gathered and put together. So don't fall for the marketing okey-doke message of 6 figures with no prior training, no experience. I don't care what industry it is, what niche it is, what category it is. Don't believe the hype. Don't listen to it. Because the worst thing you can ever do is fall for the lies that people use to get your money out your pocket, knowing that you ain't ever produced 6 figures in your life doing nothing. So what you think you start a brand new business with no prior training, no experience doing this is going to allow you to make 6 figures based on what they tell you. It's hogwash. Don't do it. Don't do it. So that's my message to the person that's looking to start their own bookkeeping business. And if you need some support and help with that, reach out to me at 773-782-1320. At least let me point you in the right direction on what that looks like, what that's going to take, and let you make a better decision on if bookkeeping is something you want to do. Because once you get into the bookkeeping realm, you'll find out quickly if there's something you can even handle. Just like what I do with my mentorship and coaching program, tax preparation for tax pros is not for everybody. Everybody can't handle this. Everybody can't do what we do when it comes to being a tax professional, and they find out once they decide to take action. And so I try my best to make sure they find out before they've made any real significant investment in their journey, if I can get to them early enough to make sure that they haven't spent a lot of money already. But sometimes I get to people after they've already invested in other places, and they haven't invested in the right things in the first place, but they spent all this money to make it happen when it comes to starting their own career in the tax preparation industry. And the main thing they should have focused on was keeping it simple, but they didn't, because left to their own devices, they were out there all on their own trying to figure it out, and they came up short. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you for leaving me a comment concerning how to start your own bookkeeping business. Again, if you need some assistance with pointing you in the right direction, I'm here to help do that for you. And I'll see you in my next video.